Guys, Brad Phillips for the Grand Lodge of Arkansas, and welcome to the first in a series of videos focused on the subject of ritual as it applies to Freemasonry. As you know, many non-Masons watch these videos, and I want them to benefit from them just as much as our membership does. The best way to dispel any negative images from the fraternity is to discuss them openly. And one of the most controversial subjects we have is the subject of ritual. Now, Wikipedia describes ritual as a sequence of activities involving gestures, words, actions, or objects performed in a sequestered place and according to a set sequence. In other words, a ritual is something that you do in the same manner every time you do it. Everyone, whether you're conscious of it or not, you have some sort of ritual every morning. Every morning when you get up, if you go do the exact same things first thing in the morning, say you go wash your hair, you brush your teeth, you shave, whatever you're doing, if you do it in the exact same sequence, that's a ritual. On Sunday mornings or Wednesday afternoons, Wednesday evenings, if you go to church, most churches that I've been to, they do the exact same thing every single week. What I mean by that is they'll do a song, maybe they'll welcome everybody in, then they'll have a moment of welcome when you'll go around and you'll shake each other's hands. Pre-corona, you would do that. And then they might do another song and pass an offering plate, maybe do a announcements or prayer list, and then maybe sing a special, and then the pastor would come up and give his message. That's a ritual because it's done in the exact same sequence every single time. There is nothing taboo with the word ritual. It's just that that's what Hollywood has conditioned you to think whenever you hear the word ritual. The movies and televisions, the shows, they've turned ritual into a evil or a cult-like, visage. That, and the truth behind it is it's far less dramatic, right? We just don't recognize it by that word. We recognize it as a routine or a schedule or a ceremony. I was exposed to ritual in my teens in public school and FFA. If you were ever in FFA, which is Future Farmers of America, it's a national youth organization in public schools and the ag department, and it's really a beneficial organization. I really learned a lot in it, but if you were in FFA, you already have a grasp on what our fraternity does and what the subject of ritual is. If you went to a meeting or one of the contests, everything is structured exactly. For example, at a regular meeting, there's a point where you would open up. You'd have opening ceremonies, and they would say, Mr. Vice President, why do you keep a plow at your station? And the Vice President would stand up and he would say, well, the plow is an emblem of labor and tillage of the soil. Without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom can accomplish much. And then he would go on and finish it, and all the officers would go around, and they would say their duties, what they have. And then after all that was open, the opening ceremonies were over with, you would have an order of business where you would read the minutes and come up with new business, discuss whatever you wanted to do. And then you would have a closing ceremony, which was basically the same thing. And it was all ran by parliamentary procedure to teach you how to properly run a business meeting. So the FFA Creed Speaking Contest was another example. And that's a really good example of ritual. You see, the Creed Speaking Contest is where all the students would learn the FFA Creed in an exact manner. I mean, they would have to pause in the exact moments you're supposed to pause. They would need to stress certain words, and they would have a contest where all of the students in the local schools would come and they would recite this exact creed. And the one that could recite it exactly perfect was the one who won the contest. The point is, I want to express to you that ritual in Freemasonry is no different than what people have experienced already in the public schools and in your daily lives. You just don't recognize it that way. Many years ago, the leaders of our organization here in Arkansas, they got together and they had a meeting to determine what would be the official adopted ritual for our state. And after discussing the pros and cons of each letter, each word, each sentence, which way you walked and turned, every single thing, they had decided among themselves, now this is the official adopted way we want to do it. And they took that to the delegates at the next upcoming annual session. Now, the annual session is when all the Masons over the entire state come. It's like a convention. And they come and they vote on business matters that involve the entire state. And once they approve that new ritual, then it became law. And that's the official way that we do things. As I go through the next two videos, I want you to understand, if I say esoteric ritual or adopted work, I'm referencing the script, basically, that was adopted at that session. That's basically what it is. I hope that this general introduction to our ritual program has helped to lay to rest any preconceived notions you may have had on the word ritual. And if you have any questions about the fraternity or how to join the fraternity, if you have made the decision that you want to join the fraternity, you can contact me. You can send me an email at any time at gs@argrandlodge.com. You can visit the website, arkgrandlodge.com. We have a new tool out. It's sponsored by the Scottish Rite and the Imperial Shrine. It's called beafreemason.org. You get on there and you put Arkansas down, and it'll send your contact information to me, and I can get you plugged in with a local lodge and get you all the information that you need. Of course, you can always call us at 501-374-6408 or stop by the office at 712 Scott Street in Little Rock, Arkansas, Monday through Thursday between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. To the members watching, I expect to post a video each week to go ahead and finish out this series. Next week, I'm going to focus on the ritual program as it applies to the members in Arkansas Freemasonry, why it's important that we have that, and why that ritual program sets us apart from other organizations. So until next week.